CRA meeting for January 26th, 27th, 2026. Can we have a roll call, please?
Member Perrine?
Here.
Member Martin?
Here.
Member Ashley?
Here.
Vice Chair McGurk?
Here.
And Chair Cleveland has an excused absence.
Thank you. Okay. Sam, before we get into the agenda, is there anything that you have about the minutes or the agenda tonight?
The only thing I have is under new business, under 5B, the small scale facade grant for food solutions at 109 North Causeway. The applicant withdrew their application, so we will not re-reviewing that this evening.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. At this time, I'm going to open public participation. Is anybody at this time want to speak for public participation? You have 3 minutes to do so. You can speak either in favor or in opposition of anything on the agenda for the CRA. Okay. Seeing none, I'm going to close public participation. We're going to move on to new business. And the first item we have is going to be resolution number CRA 126. Consider the adoption of a resolution which, if adopted, would approve the amended CRA budget and reappropriate CRA funds to specific CRA capital projects fiscal year 2025-2026. Sam,
Great.
any comment?
Thank you. So a little bit of background on this item. We approved the budget on September 9th, 2025 for the CRA board, and that was resolution CRA 02-25, and that was for the 25-26 fiscal year. The amount of the budget that we approved was $10,209,070. As we know, at the end of the year, we true up last year's budget and anything that rolled over and interest and so forth, as well as when I present to you the budget, it's from estimates that we get from the property tax appraiser's office from May. So as the year goes on and after our budgets are approved, the actual true value is then reported. So the reason for your amendment this evening is that there was the taxable value in the district was a little bit more. So Volusia County and the city together, their combined difference was $54,925. So that's an added on the revenue side. And then with the true up at the end of the year that our finance department did, so that difference is $952,742. So before you this evening is the amended budget of $11,216,737. You'll see this in Exhibit A of the handout, behind the resolution. So that total of the difference is $1,007,667. So it's shown on your revenue side. And then likewise, if you go all the way to the bottom of the CIP or capital improvement projects, you'll see in a new item added for a capital project for the design portion of a new seawall replacement project for Riverside Park. So that's what's before you this evening.
Wonderful, Sam. Thank you. Any comments? Any questions for Sam? Okay, I entertain a motion.
Move to accept resolution number CRA 0126.
I'll second that.
Great. We got a motion and a second. City Clerk, please call the roll.
Member Martin?
Yes.
Member Ashley?
Yes.
Member Perrine?
Yes.
Vice Chair McGurk?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution CRA number 126 passes
Thank you.
unanimously. Okay, there's no 5B. Moving on to 5C, consider the approval of an extension for Ron and Sushi Bar NSP LLC large-scale commercial facade property improvement grant at 115 Live Oak Street. Sam,
Thank you
please.
very much. A little bit of background on this particular item. The CRA board approved and awarded this grant on January 29th, 2025. The Economic Development Director, myself, I've granted 2 extensions up to what I am administratively allowed to do. So we did a 180-day extension that was granted on May 9th, and then we did another 60-day extension granted November 3rd. So the next additional after 240 days has to become before this board. The grant awardee has had some issues related to the fire sprinkler system, if you recall, when we awarded this grant. It delayed their work of all the tasks that came in later. I have personally gone in and inspected the work that's done. The day I went, they were putting all the insulation inside the building. They're supposed to be finished, I believe their day was in March 1st, and they just need like another 90 days. So we're asking to extend the time on this grant to July 1st, 2026. As again, the project has been pushing forward. Since the permits were approved, the grantee has provided regular bi-weekly and monthly updates as required. And we're asking for a motion to approve, and staff does approve the extension.
Great, Sam. Thank you. Any comments by the commission? Any questions? Entertain a motion?
I have one question, and it's
Sure.
generic. This is generic, and that's only if is there any requirement for recipients to match the conceptual plan? That's what I mean. It's not aimed at any one, but as I was looking through conceptual plans on a couple of these.
We ask that they come close, but we also understand and realize that when they're at this stage, when they come before the CRA board, and they're at the conceptual stage, and then real life comes into play, and you realize that some things you may or may not be able to do depending upon the building code requirements or our land development code. But typically, they've been very close, and we do keep an eye on that. But it's not a requirement per se.
Okay, it's not a requirement, and they don't necessarily go through planning or LDRs or any of that process before they come to CRA.
That is correct. So CRA is just the money. Basically, we're just the money behind it, and they still have to go through all of the normal processes through our planning and zoning and building department.
But it's after the fact.
Correct. You're
Thank
correct.
you.
Yes.
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion to approve the extension.
Second.
Okay, we have a first and a second. City Clerk, please call the roll.
Member Perrine,
Yes.
Member Ashley,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Chair McGurk.
Yes. Thank you. Extension for Run and Sushi Bar has been approved unanimously. Moving on to 5D, consider the approval of a community redevelopment agency, City of New Smyrna Beach, CRA large-scale facade property improvement grant 50/50 match in the amount of $59,333.49 to Pardee Lodia, President, D Petroleum, Inc., located at 620 North Dixie Freeway, New Smyrna Beach.
Thank you very much. A little bit of background for this particular program. On April 13th, 2021, the CRA Board and City Commission approved the program guidelines for the small-scale commercial facade grant, the large-scale commercial facade grant, as well as the adaptive reuse opportunity grant. The large-scale commercial facade and property improvement grants are designed to encourage desired and the value-added exterior commercial facade and property improvements within the targeted area of the program. There is a cap per eligible applicant of up to $100,000. To be eligible for this full $100,000 grant program, the applicant must provide documented proof of at least $200,000 on completed CRA grant-related commercial facade property improvement work items. For this grant request before you this evening, the CRA Board is considering an award of a large-scale commercial facade property improvement grant in the amount of $59,339.49 for exterior improvements, including new exterior doors and windows, replace the brick and stucco, and let me get to this picture for you.
Wow.
Hardy board and stone, new fencing, a parking lot repaving and resealing, restriping, new signage, and painting the exterior. The total estimated costs are expected to be $118,666.97. The grant applicant has submitted all requirement documentation for eligibility for this program, as well as the 3 licensed contractors' bids. And the estimates are included. If you would like me to read them, I'm happy to, or if
We have them in our reports.
Okay.
I don't think it's necessary.
The applicant is in the audience this evening if anyone has any questions, and staff recommends approval for this grant program. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions or comments for Sam? I'd just like to say that I think this is this this conceptual drawing looks great, and I think this is a tremendous benefit for US 1. So I like these that are coming through. Do we have a motion to approve?
I move to approve.
Actually, let me
Second.
clarify one thing. You said 339, and I have 333.
I'm sorry, it's $59,333.49.
Okay,
I
perfect.
beg your pardon.
I'm sorry, was there a motion?
I second it, and Brian
I move
Ashley.
to approve it.
Okay,
Made the
we have a
motion.
motion and a second. City Clerk, please call the roll.
Member Ashley,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes,
Member Perrine,
Yes.
Vice Chair McGurk.
Yes.
Thank you.
The number 5D, a request for a large-scale facade property improvement grant for $59,333.49 has been unanimously approved. Moving on to item 5E, consider the approval of a historic home preservation facade property improvement 50/50 match reimbursing grant program in the amount of $50,000 per grant. Sam?
Great, thank you very much. A little bit of background on this program. We do have, as I mentioned, we have the Adaptive Reuse Opportunity Grant, we have the Small Scale Commercial Grant, we have the Large Scale Commercial. We also have a Historic Preservation, as well as we kind of combine that with a not-for-profit. In the budget that the City Commission and the CRA Board approved in September, we added the Historic Home Preservation Grant Program. This was something that my predecessor was working on with the county, and I double-checked with the county to make sure that we could do something like this. And they were pretty clear on that it needed to be single-family homes, owner-occupied, and it would be for exterior improvements only. So with this new program, these are some of the highlights, and I'll go through them pretty quickly. They are bullet pointed on your slide for you. So the Historic Home Preservation 50/50 Matching Reimbursement Grant Program was created to encourage and incentivize a redevelopment of historic home preservation within the CRA district. This is goal number 7 of our CRA Master Redevelopment Plan, and it asserts for the need for the CRA to implement housing revitalization through housing maintenance programs and rehabilitation services. The overall purpose of the Historic Home Preservation Facade Improvement 50/50 Matching Reimbursement Grant is to improve the quality of life for homeowners, enhance the character of the neighborhood, preserve historic structures, and increase property value. This program would be funded by the CRA Trust Fund via our tax increment funding, the City of New Smyrna Beach, and Volusia County. And basically, the rules would work. It would be just like our other grants that are first come, first qualified, first served basis. The basis would be for historic single-family residential parcels, homes, up to $50,000. They are matching. And some of the program rules include, as I mentioned, that it has to be a designated historic or contributing structure. It would have to be located within our historic district as well as the CRA district, where you see that those maps overlap. They would all proposed exterior facade improvements using CRA funds must be approved by our Historic Preservation Commission first. So they would have to get the certificate of appropriateness first. They would apply to the CRA office, and then I would connect them with our Historic Preservation office, and we would work together in tandem. The Historic Preservation Commission has seen this program, and they provided me some great feedback at their December 10th meeting. So this is what you're seeing is that final program. So all of the eligible improvement expenses are very similar to our commercial. So it's exterior wall repairs, doors, exterior painting, any kind of pressure cleaning related to painting, roof repair, replacement, driveway repairs, walkways, landscaping, new doors and windows, exterior decorative shutters or awnings, existing fence repair or replacement, security, exterior lighting, exterior ADA improvements, exterior fencing, and any public utilities infrastructure. So that's pretty much the gist of, let me make sure I didn't, our budget that we put in for 25-26 was $200,000, if you recall from our budget, and this does support our City Code of Ordinance, Chapter 50, which is our historic preservation. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions?
All right.
Okay.
All right. With that, staff recommends approval for this new program to be launched upon your approval.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All right, motion and a second. City Clerk, call the roll.
Member Perrine,
Yes.
Member Ashley,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Vice Chair McGurk.
Yes.
Thank you.
And with that, item 5E, a grant for historic preservation property improvements is unanimously approved. Moving on to 5F, consider the approval of a community redevelopment agency for the city of New Smyrna Beach, large-scale commercial facade property improvement 50/50 matching grant in the amount of $100,000 to Dr. Abigail Adams, owner of Grand Key Properties, LLC, located at 105 North Orange Street, New Smyrna Beach. Sam?
Thank you very much. Just a quick, brief background. As I mentioned previously, this particular program was approved by the CRA Board and City Commission on April 13th, 2021. For this particular grant request, the CRA Board is considering this evening the award of the large-scale commercial facade property improvement grant in the amount of $100,000 to Dr. Abigail Adams, owner of Grand Key Properties, for exterior improvements, including painting of the exterior of the building, roof repair, awnings, decorative facade improvements, exterior doors and windows, exterior lighting, exterior wall repairs, and new signage. The total estimate costs are expected to be $249,300. The applicants provided 3 quotes from licensed Florida contractors. They provided all the documentation for eligibility as required, and staff recommends approval. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer any.
Thank you, Sam. Questions or comments? All right, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion.
I second.
All right, City Clerk, call the roll.
Member Perrine,
Yes.
Member Ashley,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Vice Chair McGurk.
Yes.
Thank you.
With that, item 5F has been approved unanimously. Moving on to 5G, consider the approval of a community redevelopment agency of the city of New Smyrna Beach large-scale commercial facade property improvement 50/50 matching grant in the amount of $88,050 to Dr. Abigail Adams, owner of Grand Key Properties, LLC, located at 115 North Orange Street, New Smyrna Beach. Sam?
Thank you. For this grant request, the CRA Board is considering an award of a large-scale commercial facade property improvement grant in the amount of $88,050 to Dr. Abigail Adams, the owner of Grand Key Properties, for exterior improvements, including painting the exterior of the building, roof removal, they have to actually demo part of the roof, and replacing the roof, awnings, exterior doors, and exterior wall repairs. The total estimated costs are expected to be $176,100. The applicant has submitted the 3 quotes by licensed Florida contractors and all of the additional required documentation for this grant. Staff recommends approval.
Thank you, Sam. Comments or questions from the commission?
I have a question just in general.
Yep.
If all these funds aren't used, do they stay back into the fund?
They'll roll over, or if I have, because if you notice, like this one is not a full $100,000 and we budgeted $600,000. So depending upon where we end up in the next couple of months, I may come back and ask to, if we have money left maybe in the small scale grant and we want to add it to the large scale so we can add more large, we may
flexible.
amend and shift, but I'll have to come back to you in order to do that, in order to reallocate.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, is there a motion?
I move to approve.
Second?
I'll second.
All right. City Clerk, call the roll.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Ashley,
Yes.
Member Perrine,
Yes.
Vice Chair McGurk.
Yes.
Thank you.
With that, item 5G passes unanimously. Moving on to 5H, consider the approval of a community redevelopment agency of the city of New Smyrna Beach, large-scale commercial facade property improvement, 50/50 matching grant in the amount of $70,650 to Dr. Abigail Adams, owner of GKP Julia LLC at 310 Julia Street, New Smyrna Beach. Sam?
Thank you. For this grant request, the CRA Board is considering an award of a large-scale commercial facade property improvement grant in the amount of $70,650 to Dr. Abigail Adams, owner of GKP Julia LLC, for exterior improvements including painting the exterior of the building, roof repair, exterior windows, removal and replacement of the decks, and exterior wall repairs. The total estimated costs are expected to be $141,300. The applicant has submitted 3 quotes by licensed Florida contractors, as well as all of the required documentation according to the grant rules and guidelines. Staff recommends approval. If you have any questions, I'm here to help answer any.
Thank you, Sam. Questions, comments by the commission? Okay, is there a motion?
I'll move to approve it.
I'll second.
Okay. City Clerk, call the roll.
Member Martin?
Yes.
Member Ashley?
Yes.
Member Perrine?
Yes.
Vice Chair McGurk?
Yes.
Thank you.
Item 5H has unanimously been approved for $70,650. Moving on to 5I, consider the approval of Community Redevelopment Agency of the City of New Smyrna Beach Adaptive Reuse Opportunity 50/50 Matching Grant in the amount of $250,000 to Bernard Huckenstein, owner of NSB Magnolia LLC, located at 300 Magnolia Street, New Smyrna Beach, Florida, for the construction of the Yardery of New Smyrna Beach.
Great, thank you. As I mentioned previously, on April 13th, 2021, the Adaptive Reuse Opportunity Grant Program was approved by the CRA Board as well as the City Commission. The New Smyrna Beach Magnolia LLC acquired the property in May of 2024 with the intentions of creating the Yardery of New Smyrna Beach. As per the applicant, this project will transform the property located at 300 Magnolia Street by building and operating the Yardery of New Smyrna Beach. The project involves raising the structure there, building an environment to sponsor family fun, outdoor games, social community gathering. The New Smyrna Beach location will be the 3rd operating location of the Yardery. The other 2 locations are located in Sanford and Mount Dora. The Yardery states that they are full-service, very family-focused restaurant and what they like to call fun for kids of all ages. For this request, the entire project is expected to cost $2,756,786.69. The grant applicant provided 3 quotes from Florida licensed contractors, as well as the other required documentation per the grant guidelines. Staff recommends approval. There is $1 million that we budgeted for the ARO grant program this year, so there's money in the budget, and staff recommends approval.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sam. Questions, comments by the commission?
I have one. Do you have any idea on the economic development impacts of this just yet, like employees and property taxes?
I don't have all of that yet, but I'd be happy to provide it to you.
I like that they're going to invest the money. They're coming from small towns, and it's another small town. It's not a chain. It's Sanford and Mount Dora. That's great that they're willing to invest in New Smyrna. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. With that, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
I second.
All right, City Clerk, call the roll.
Member Perrine?
Yes.
Member Ashley?
Yes.
Member Martin?
Yes.
Vice Chair McGurk?
Yes. Item 5I for $250,000 has unanimously been approved. Sam, any reports or communications?
Not at this time, sir.
Okay, does the commission have any further comment? Okay, I'd just like to say that I think this was a great job bringing these projects forward. I think that they were all fantastic, and I look forward to these properties being redone and looking great. So thank you, Sam. Appreciate that. And with that, there's no more further business for the CRA. It is now adjourned.